Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another pull workout. And yeah, I know, almost half the footage today is me doing cheat girls, because I'm doing 4 sets of those today. But hook grip's coming along. I decided, because I've realized that trying to do any sort of rep work just really doesn't work with my hook grip, and the reason is that the second rep seems to just take all the chalk off. And probably just building up to singles is the way to go. And if I'm going to do multiple reps, I need to actually recoat my thumbs between every single rep. So even if I do reps, there's going to be 3 minutes between them while I let the liquid grip dry. So I decided to bump the weight up just a little bit today. And when I did only singles, including the ramping up, it was a lot easier. A lot easier. So the hook grip is coming along. And I'm not even sure what this next one is. What is it? I don't know, 465? I must have to count the plates. Yeah, 465. So I did 465 for a single today. And I'll probably bump that up here soon. Like I said, I'll be back over 500 in no time. And I've just got to figure out how I'm going to program it over time. But yeah, for now, as I'm rebuilding my back, I'm going to let the hook grip dictate what's going on with it. And, you know, I had to correct someone because I guess some people don't watch all of this, and so they're not always clear about what's going on. They're like, oh, why don't you just admit you lost strength? And it's like, I thought I was clear that I've lost strength, right? I mean, I'm the person who says size equals strength, that you can't separate them, right? I've lost 3 pounds of lean mass in my lower body. So using my own words, that's the same thing as losing strength. There is no difference. Let me make that very, very clear. If you lose muscle, you lose strength. If you gain muscle, you gain strength, unless drugs were responsible for it, right? That's the only way you separate it. So if I'm not abusing anabolics and haven't been abusing anabolics for many years, then there is no way that my loss of muscle doesn't equal loss of strength. So obviously I've lost strength in my lower body, which is why I'm talking about rebuilding what I've lost within the last year, right? Because this is just fairly recent loss due to dieting, detraining, due to muscle pull and everything else. So we regain it. And so, yeah, I have to rebuild my squat and rebuild my deadlift. Now, that 465 was pretty easy. That 465 was pretty easy. So I'm really, really coming along there. I mean, we'll increase the squat again next workout. We'll probably just keep working that deadlift up. And everything's going to go good. And the main thing is that I have no signs of the injury now. My lower back is feeling 100% better. I increased weight on the deadlifts. I increased weight on the good mornings. I don't feel anything in my lower back. So what we do is that we maintain technique, maintain core strength, do more bracing, and rebuild, right? And that's the whole point. I feel like for me in a caloric deficit now, I'm going to be able to rebuild that lost muscle in the lower body, and that's the whole plan. That's the goal. And that is going to allow this cutting moving forward to be so much easier, because if I can regain a couple of pounds of lower body mass, that's going to do a lot for my energy turnover. And the beauty of it is I'm going to be able to regain it without bulking. That's the beauty of muscle memory. That's the beauty of muscle memory. So I bumped the weight another, what, 10 pounds? Yeah, 10 pounds today on the good mornings. Did 4 by 8. And these are coming along nice. I'm getting a little deeper on it. So these are going a lot better. They're going a lot better. And I feel comfortable with this exercise. I will eventually get it up reasonably strong. It's going to be a staple in my routine. It's going to be a staple in my routine. Also, I've started just banning people for saying silly stuff about program flip-flopping, because basically my programs don't change that much. I use the same basic programs over the years, right? The only time people saw me really deviate was during times when I couldn't really train, due to a lot of things going on in my life. That's the only time we've seen me deviate. What have you guys seen me use? It's like, I guess people don't realize. You've seen me use full body. See me use 4-day-a-week movement pattern splits. You've seen me use concurrent periodization on 4-day splits. And you've seen me do Bulgarian training. That's really all I've ever done. That's all I've ever promoted. I generally promote low to moderate reps and big exercises. right? With any of those basic systems of training. That's the only stuff I ever do. That's the only stuff I ever promote. The mere fact that I change exercises every now and then and maybe do 8s instead of 5s is by no means any sort of flip-flopping. Plus, I've been cutting, guys. You're not going to gain a lot. Now, I am going to be easing back into some stuff. Some people figured it out. Yes, I will be easing back into concurrent periodization. However, that's exactly what I was doing just over a year ago. I used concurrent periodization for several months, 4-day-a-week concurrent periodization, to get my size and strength up enough to do the Bulgarian and then hit all those lifts you watched me hit, the 485 squat every day, 325 bench presses every day, close grip, right? We did that using concurrent periodization. That's what I did as my base building for it. I'm going to be easing back into some of my raw style, similar to Westside's templates, but for raw lifters, which I have used before successfully. As a YouTuber, people forget that. Yeah, you guys remember, didn't you guys remember me owning a safety squat bar? Remember me owning all that trap? You remember all that stuff, guys? Yeah, that's been since I've been on YouTube. Yeah, that was on YouTube, guys. When I lived in the UK. I did raw style Westside stuff for a while. Remember, I had chains, I had bands. Now, the difference is knowing how to do that style of training for raw lifters is not the same. And I think a lot of people on YouTube don't understand the difference. They don't know how raw lifters do that. Because they see so much examples of people doing it for equipped lifters that you see someone like Strap On Destiny does the equipped lifter versions and people don't understand the difference. So I'm going to be doing similar templates to that again, which I've done in the past, guys. This is not new for me. This is me going back to my roots. But I'm going to do it while being leaner. We're going to get tighter. We're going to get healthier. Part of the key to that sort of training is incorporating more GPP work, which I've been doing normal list cardio. I will, as I adapt to all of it, I will incorporate GPP. I might even get to where I film some of the GPP, right? That's the direction we're going. We're going back to a lot of my roots. People forget, what have my roots always been? Full body 3-day-a-week, or Bulgarian training, or concurrent periodization on 4-day templates. That is my roots. That is traditional Blaha. We're going back to my roots, my old school stuff. Stuff I have used, stuff I have even promoted long before I was on YouTube. And the difference is I'm going to show you guys how to make it work. I'm going to get strong. I'm going to get lean. I'm continuing to get leaner. I mean, anyone who's looking right here at me doing these curls who doesn't realize I'm getting leaner, you better look at the DEXA scans. You better look closer at me. You better look at my face. I'm getting leaner, and we're going to get a hell of a lot leaner. I'm going to get strong. I'm going to get conditioned. I'm going to get leaner. Hell, I'm going to grow a little bit more arms and delts. We're going to do it right. I mean, look at my legs there, my calves when I was walking by. Look at my arms right now. Look at my face. Come on, guys. I'm getting leaner. And this is just the start. I'm going to keep moving forward. We're about to go full orc mode, baby. I think we're going to rename the other training orc mode again. We're going to start calling it orc mode again. People liked that. Get orky. But you know, orcs do have to have big arms. So we're going to do cheat curls. But that's the other thing. We're going to keep with my concepts. Multi-joint movements with a barbell, right? Because I'm using shoulder extension. We're cheating. It's a compound movement, guys. That's a compound movement done with a barbell. It's just very, very, very bicep focused. But that's okay. That's usually what people complain about power lifters. Oh, they don't have biceps. Or they don't have side delts. All right. That's easy enough to fix. Those are some of the easiest muscles to fix. That's why you see guys who are weak and tiny who still have biceps and side delts. I mean, look at V-shrunk. Those are easiest muscles to add back in. All right, fine, fair enough. We'll do some of that. Get leaner, get abs. Wait for it, guys. It's coming. I'm back with a vengeance. Now that I'm rehabbed and I'm able to keep cutting again, because that's what made it hard, guys, was that muscle pull. That made it hard to cut, but I'm recovered. I'm healed. The diet is dialed in. The training's getting more and more dialed in. Full orc mode, baby. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.